We also have a bunch of different settings for the differentials that we'll be flipping through today as we go out.
I should have grabbed the front seat.
But this one's pretty neat. It's just a simple, easy peasy 50-degree. So we're just gonna come straight up and over. Make sure we don't hit Brian.
Here's the mud.
There's all the mud. There's a lot more in the back section too.
Oh yeah. Take your $90,000 SUV and get it home.
Yeah. So, this is a 74-degree incline.
74-degree incline. I love it.
Very impressive.
Hey.
So one of the cool things about these Cayennes is, so you're going up a hill,
Yeah.
come off the gas, it'll catch you.
Wow.
So I'm not hitting the brake, the car does it by itself.
No kidding.
Say you're reversing up the hill and you start to roll forward, it'll do the same thing. All right, so you can look out the window and just see the angle that we're at. And then you can proceed straight from the spot you're in. You just go straight up and over.
Wow.
Where's the dark corners there? Downhill cruise control, right? So, Porsche.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's 74 on the way down. But I'm off the brake, and the car is just doing its best to keep it at 2 miles an hour as it goes down.
So it's not sliding down.
Right. So it's like cruise control for downhills, and you turn it off,
That's
so
impressive.
you can feel gravity take over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Oh yeah.
It's impressive.
Scissor bridges. So, Jeeps, trucks, right? That's what people usually take off road. They have chassis flex. In fact, that's why Jeep doors and everything come allow that chassis.
Come
flex
on, this
for
is
it.
just a West Virginia driveway.
Right. As you can see, the Cayenne suspension's kind of doing its thing, right? Going up
Wow.
and down.
That's
Keep the
impressive.
tires on the ground, and this car has no chassis flex. So as we go across, like I said with the Jeeps, right? Chassis is gonna flex, everything like that. So if we were in a Jeep, we could not do this because there'd be
Okay.
binding between the door and the door jamb, right?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, that's why all the doors and stuff come off. But in a car like this, right, with the air suspension kind of doing its thing, stiff chassis, allows you to get away with stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
That is really cool. Impressive.
These next little guys over here are some of my favorites. The little tabletops. Yeah, and you're just gonna feel the suspension kind of doing its thing. It's gonna be a pretty smooth ride over it. But you'll see some of these tires start coming off the ground, so you'll feel the all-wheel drive system start to work, right? Kind of do its magic.
And you're still on the same setting?
Yes. I'm in off-road mode with the gravel settings, so
Mhm.
front and rear diff are unlocked. If we do it right, you can feel the car rocking back and forth,
Yeah.
which is, I think, is awesome.
That's cool.
So we do have a pretty big bump right here at the end of the orange line. So
Well, a Ford, that's called a new transmission.
Shit. That's cool. You got the cameras here.
yeah, so it's gonna show where your wheels are going. But
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
a hill of loose gravel.
Yeah, I've ridden on something like this, but it was in a tractor.
Come up the hill and then down the hill.
Low friction handling counterclockwise.
So we've been getting a lot of rain lately, but not enough to fill up our bathtub completely. So when it's completely full, it will come about a quarter way up the door. So it's pretty sweet. I
And
don't
no
know.
leakage, huh?
No leakage. And then create some little waves there. But when it is full, you can get water right there at the front of the hood. And hold
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's nice and watertight.
Yeah.
So speaking of Fords, we used to be a Ford factory before we were Porsche, right?
Wow.
The Ford Taurus.
Friction handling, running counter.
Kind of see how that worked out, right?
Yeah.
But these, what we're about to run over is pieces from the Ford factory. These are all old pieces we pulled off that plant.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right down here in the ground, so we're going to run over you.
That's...
What's the new meaning to built Ford tough?
I drove my Ford Taurus to 307,000 miles.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
What wasn't cool was what it cost just to put spark plugs and everything else that needed done to it.
You got him a running start. Yeah, I guess we'll do the same. So this is 64. All right.
Wow.
What a beast.
Yeah,
I mean, damn.
this thing is just sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
There is a. There it is. Real big dip.
How long you been working here?
This is my first day. I've been with Porsche for a year and a half.
Yeah. What a cool job.
Yeah. So when you're in your brand new $90,000 SUV, you're having a rough day in the parking lot of Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And you can get this thing up sideways and run over some people's cars.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So it's a 45-degree tilt wall. He's not up it as far as it'll go. I'm gonna try to get it up there. It's gonna be a little challenging since it's wet. But we'll get it. Yep. See, it's a slide down. Come on there. There you are. And this is where
Wow.
this becomes super.
Wow.
That is impressive.
And you gotta think, we're in our highest ride height, right? But yeah, we're up really high. Really high.
Yeah.
But Porsche's really good about putting weight where it needs to be. So of course they slap it all down real low, right? There's a low center of gravity, which allows us to get away with stuff like this. So right now this tire's off the ground.
That's impressive.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
So coming up here is where we're gonna start switching through the different diff modes. Click on car down here, brings you back to your menu. Chassis height, we gotta get back to terrain. So once you get above 15, it'll drop it.
Is this the 22 or
Yeah, 22.
2?
So we have some more flat-faced rocks stuck inside this wall, so
Mhm.
it does make it a little bit more challenging. So that's where we go to rocks mode, right? See how our front and rear pumpkins are unlocked?
Yeah.
Rocks, locks them all. Sand, front locked, rear unlocked, and then mud, same thing. We're gonna stick it in rocks. It allows us to kind of pretty much just creep right up and over. Where's Brian? There he is. Cool. We're gonna come all the way down. One thing I really love about this car, approach. So we're coming straight down to the ground. We
Doesn't bottom out.
We won't hit. Front of the car is shaped like a boat, right? Flipped
Ah.
up. Also, the wheels are placed really far forward on the frame.
Wow.
Here we have some bigger tabletops. These are like these look more like volcanoes.
Yeah.
The volcanoes.
Yeah, really.
Coming up. Oop. Come on. There she is.
So is that bottom? Is that hitting bottom? Bottoming out?
No. All those little noises you hear are brakes.
Okay.
Going and
Uh-huh.
so nice big aggressive bad boys here. Our sand pit, which isn't really nothing to brag about, but just so you can tell everyone you want a sand mode. Look at that. Back to back. If you guys have never been to Midtown Atlanta, this is what it feels like. Oh yeah. Alright, really don't know how to explain this besides observe. So here you really get to see all-wheel drive, suspension, chassis, everything in this car. It's
Wow.
yeah, like who's gonna do that in their Cayenne, you know?
Well, not planned.
Not planned.
Take your wife out for a drive and do this. She'd be like, "What are you doing to my car?" That's pretty cool.
Exiting south side, Daniel.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll let them loop around so they can watch us.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty neat what these things can do. We always try to balance it. It's hard.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I did the BMW experience out in South Carolina. They had some similar, but not quite to this degree, this extreme.
They had like an off-road section.
Yeah. Oh, we're going backwards now.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Hey, Justin, let's go through the tilt wall one more time, and then we'll go up to 74.
Sounds good. Let's have some fun with this again. Hey Louise. That's the only thing that sucks about the rain. The car wants to slide off the tilt wall.
This isn't typically what people would be doing with their. Well, of course, if you're out there four-wheeling, I guess you could be, but that's crazy.
Yeah, you could pick up something on the side of the road if you needed to. You know?
Yeah.
Just let me know once you're clear. Cool. So, oh yeah, bumpy. This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! That's awesome.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. You can see why.
We gotta break the sand up a little bit. Burn up something.
Low friction handling circuit counterclockwise.
Alright, let's get a better half pipe going. Yeah, you get that thing up there.
That's impressive.
It is.
Does it do anything to the axles over
No.
time, or?
Mm-mm. There we go. Sometimes if you turn the wheel right, you can get right up straight. Balance. Sweet. You guys enjoyed that little bit?
Yeah,
That was fun.
man. I like the favorite part. It's my favorite part.
Yeah. 2 days, if the weather kind of stays like this, they'll be perfect back there. It'll get like ground will just soak it all up and get super muddy.
Yeah.
Sweet guys.
All right.